Please be advised this podcast is all nonsense. Nothing you hear or see while adventuring with the worm should be taken seriously, or more importantly, fact-checked. Try not to let the mispronunciations distract you from the knowledge being shared. You're just riding with two worms trying to have a good time.
Back recording again.
We're always recording.
Always recording, but this is broadcasted and recorded.
This is actually live.
This is 100% live.
This is the first live session. Welcome to live sessions with the worms. The wandering worms. You got to talk all sultry when it's a live session, isn't it? Hi, welcome to the wandering worms.
Next up are our live guests, Sebastian and the string quartet, the Floopadoopers.
That was amazing, actually. I was going to go on top of it, and I was like, actually, no, I'll just ruin it now. I just wanted to be part of it, because you did so well. I was like, I could do a sultry voice, but then I did one in my head, and it's, you know how my accent's always the exact same? It was just coming out, and that wasn't even out my mouth hole. That was in my head, and it was already the wrong accent.
It's not a good start, bro.
No, man,
We could have a jazz club, though.
Well, we play enough instruments.
No, but if you're a jazz club owner, you can't.
Oh, you mean... Oh, I thought you meant... I thought you said we could play a jazz club.
No, we could have a jazz club.
I thought you said play a
We could play in a jazz club as well.
That's what I'm saying, we play loads of instruments.
So we could have our own jazz club and then guest appearance in other people's jazz clubs.
Well, I was thinking every now and then we can just play in our own.
No, I think that's just... So that's like a bit... What's the word?
Pretentious.
Yeah, pretentious.
I was thinking more of a, I'm really sorry, our guest appearance can't make it tonight, but you're going to get
But then
some old school.
People are just going to think that we just didn't book anybody because we just want to play.
That's fine though. Or they might think, oh, you know what, we're so lucky we've got this because we would have just had silence.
No, they're just going to think they're playing the rowing club again. They do this every day. They say they didn't turn up.
That's it. Only if we end up doing it every day. But if it's just like once a month.
They've never had another guest and it's just these guys all the time.
What if we put disguises on, like wear a moustache and a monobrow? I know how you love a monobrow.
Ooh, yeah.
They'll never know then.
They would never know.
I think we'd be great at running a jazz club. I don't think I could run like a nightclub. I'm not very good with sort of like club music, like nightclub music.
The only problem we would have with owning a jazz club is we don't have any shoulders. And I think shoulders are very...
Because you have to carry the weight of the club.
No, I think a lot of jazz moves just involve the shoulders, don't they?
Yeah, but we're owning it rather than...
Yeah, but people are going to expect us to, like, shimmy in the jazz club. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around a jazz club normally. You've got to have a bit of shoulder action.
If it's an intergalactic jazz club, then we're okay.
Yeah,
because there's loads of people going to come who don't have shoulders.
Yeah.
And they'll appreciate that they're not the only ones.
They've been represented.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, okay, that's fair. I get that.
So if we just...
maybe one of us would need to get shoulders and the other one not. Because I think it's okay if...
Why don't we get one shoulder each? So if I'm not nearby, you can just...
No, I think that gives the wrong message. That gives the message, if you don't have shoulders, you should get one. Whereas when one of us do and one of us don't, it gives the message that everyone's welcome. Yeah. Whereas if we get a shoulder, it's like, well, you have to have a shoulder to come in this club.
Okay, if I get shoulders, you get a foot, so you can tap it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just one.
Yeah, no, just one.
Because you only need one.
I need one to tap, yeah.
And it's probably expensive to get two. So if I get shoulders, I can wear that armour that I'm trying to... That just keeps sliding down me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'd be great at running a jazz club.
We'll look at getting the shoulder and foot implants.
Do you reckon we need those first, before we open the jazz club?
I don't think we need them first. I think we can get everything established and set up. I just think it's more welcoming when someone comes in and they can see we've got shoulders.
Already.
Or a foot. You know, because then we look the part. People are going to come in and think this is a bona fide jazz club. Yeah. They're coming and just see two worms with no shoulders and no foot. They're going to be like, "What's this? Is this some weird?"
And then even if we get and then if we do eventually get them, people are going to think, "Oh well."
No, they're just trying to go with the crowd.
Yeah, or we've already lost so much clientele. How do you get them back?
So we sort of need it when the club's open. I think.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think it would be great owning a jazz club. Who we get to play?
Oh, Sebastian and the Floopadoopers, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Well, they were the ones who wanted to play first.
Jules Holland, just for the Earthlings, they need someone they know.
That's a good point. Where's Thor from?
Asgard.
Reckon anyone in Asgard plays jazz music?
I think there's jazz music wherever you go. Because it's the music of the rebels, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're not rebels, are they?
Yeah, but there's rebels everywhere, no matter where you go.
It's not just
there's always going to be rebels.
It's not just the music of the rebels.
Yeah, but I think you got to have a bit of rebellion in you to play jazz.
Yeah, fairness. No straight arrow plays jazz.
Yeah, exactly.
And how many times has it been someone gets busted, they play jazz, and they just go instantly to jail? It's like you clearly got a shady past.
Let's see you bust out your jazz clarinet solo. And they're on you.
Is it clarinet solo?
It can be. Jazz, do what you want.
That's a good point. You're a rebellion.
Rebellion.
What instruments can you not have
In jazz?
In jazz.
You can have everything in jazz.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't think there's an instrument jazz would turn its back on.
It is about inspiration
Yeah.
and playing what you feel.
Exactly.
I was just trying to think of something really odd. Like what's that? Is it a theremin or something?
Oh,
the one they used for Star Trek.
yeah, I know what you mean. And I can't remember what they're called.
I just feel like it'd be really difficult to incorporate.
No, I
but
reckon-
actually, I was thinking about it now. I think that would be really good.
I think there's some jazz enthusiasts out there who play the... I can't remember what it's called. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's like a something like.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's gonna bug me.
It's not pheromone. That's something else. There's some of that in jazz.
It is. It's close to that though.
It is.
I swear it's like a pheromone or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to find out now.
Get on the old Google. We've only got 10 meg of data left, by the way. So be careful.
Okay, I'll be real
I've
quick.
downloaded pictures of oranges all week.
Yeah, it's a theremin.
Theremin.
Yeah. It's like Thurman Merman. I was like, that's not right.
We need some low sitting sunglasses as well that just sit on the ends of our nose.
Bridges of your nose.
Yeah.
No, not the bridge. Sorry,
The tip,
the tip.
the point.
It's gentle.
We'll have to get noses as well.
The lower you have it as as well, isn't that the more respected you are within the jazz club?
Which is good for us because we've got no nose. It's going to fall down. They'll be like,
the one that instantly dropped
they're going to be like, whoa, you got no sunglasses on. I'm like, our sunglasses are on the floor, bro. And I'm like, whoa.
Technically, they don't have to. Oh, they will have to be on the floor because we've got no ears.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, we could hook it onto our ears and just have really long arms. So the bottom of the sunglasses is on the floor, but then I realised we've got no ears.
No.
Maybe we could get specially adapted sunglasses.
Well, we just get some normal sunglasses. We can remove the arms of the glasses because they're not needed.
Yeah.
Double-sided tape on...
You're thinking Morpheus
bridge.
it.
Belly button?
Morpheus it?
Yeah, Morpheus it.
But we don't even need to put it on the bridge.
No, but I'm saying go lower. But I say don't go below the belt. That's just asking for, trouble.
Yeah.
Belly button.
I think that's where you go into, the underworld of the jazz.
That's where we go back into sex club again. We want to keep it above the belt.
Or your sunglasses down below your belt. It's covering stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if we go belly button, that's safe and
Yeah.
it's cool.
It's yeah. And then we've got belly buttons. That's all we've got.
That's
really.
all we've got. Until we get the shoulders and foot, we're just
Well, I was
perfectly
thinking,
cylindrical.
If we're going to get feet, if you're going to get a foot, but if I'm going to get shoulders, I
Yeah.
could get sunglasses that hang off my shoulders.
Yeah, but then you're losing just some coolness from it because they're not going low enough.
Yeah, and if I've got to be able to shimmy my shoulders, my
Yeah.
sunglasses
If they
keep
fall
all
off as well, you're gonna look stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's stick double-sided tape.
Yeah,
Morpheus had it right.
he must have had a jazz club as well.
With those sunglasses, yes, of course.
I reckon Morpheus could kick some jazz.
Yeah, he was always talking like he always talks really sultry.
Yeah,
Welcome, Neo.
to the jazz club.
You have to look inside yourself. Show me. You know when he's like, I know kung fu, and then he goes. He doesn't go. Show me then. Yeah, go on, lad. He goes. Show me. He talks like that, doesn't he?
He does.
That's clearly a jazz man.
Jazzman.
Morpheus. I wonder if that, or maybe the Matrix was his club. A new skill of the Matrix.
There is that bit when they go to Zion and they have a party, but that's like dance music. They don't jazz it out.
Yeah, but I also think that's jazz after hours.
Like jazz.
Yeah, underworld jazz. Remember, I said it's a bit more jazzy, the underworld jazz.
Well, yeah, I suppose jazz is whatever you make it, so that could be their jazz.
Yeah, you got new slippers.
Christmas present. Ready for my foot.
I was going to say, why have you got slippers if you got no feet?
I had a feeling about the jazz.
But why have you got both then? Oh, they come in pairs.
They
don't
come in pairs, yeah. And I did ask for one half price, and they went no, because no one's going to buy the second one, so it's just going to get binned, so I have to pay.
I think that's unfair, actually.
It's unfair.
So if someone has lost their leg, should they have to pay for both pairs? Because somebody else surely in the world has lost the other leg and has a similar foot size.
I think the problem is
You've got to find that person yourself.
You've got to find the person, so it follows the same rule as you break it, you buy it. Because if you buy a single slipper or shoe, they essentially have to bin the second one because they're never going to find a home for it. So it's broken, so you have to buy it. And I think it just follows the same rule.
Okay. But if I was able... So, say I had one right foot...
Maybe they should give you, like, a grace period to find somebody, and then if you can, you can... But then you're just splitting the cost with that person.
Yeah, it's fine, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because then you can get the one shoe you wanted, but they just expect you to do the work to find the other person.
Yeah. Maybe there should
You could actually create that person yourself if you want to go real dark.
Well, but then you're buying both the shoes because you're not splitting the cost with anybody.
No, I meant create that person, like, one night, go out and just take someone's leg. It's like, just make sure you get the right leg. don't jump off the same one. Can we have two... Oh, I've got two right feet! And I now need two lefties.
Now you got more work to do.
Yeah, exactly. So you just got to... yeah, I think... Yeah, I think that would probably be easier. Well, actually, the way... Just ask Jackie. He'll just send out... he'll put it on Reddit.
On Reddit.
You got one left leg, let me know.
/r/leg.
Oh, you'd need to let them know your size as well. That's the only problem. Yeah. Has anybody got a left foot, not in their freezer, on them?
On them.
That is a size 9.
And also, they need to want shoes. Because if they don't need shoes, then waste of time.
You've got to write. This is it's not even just a quick one now, is it? It's like, look, who wants to go half price on a pair of shoes, size 9?
Yeah, I think this is why the shoe shops just don't even bother. They're just like, you have to buy both because we're not interested in all this.
Yeah, if you turned up with them, they'll be fine. I don't think they'll do a grace period. I think.
But no, if you turned up, I think they'd just say, well, one of you just buy the pair of shoes and just give the other person the money. The shoe shop is still washing their hands of it. They're like, look, one of you just buy it and sort it out between yourselves. We're not getting involved in this.
Yeah, because I think the problem with that is if they're like, okay, well, let me split the price, they'd still have to...
And then what if one person wants to return a shoe? You can't. They have to get both the shoes back together.
Yeah, have to get both cards.
It just becomes
2 cards. Yeah,
it becomes such a massive ordeal. They're just going to say, "Look, one person buys it."
You just have to trust the person you're getting.
Yeah, but shoe shops don't trust anybody. Everyone
No,
knows
I'm
that.
saying if you're going to do it, if you're going to take someone in with you,
Yeah.
you've got to trust the other foot person.
You've seen how they watch you when you're trying shoes on, from their little towers, squinting at you.
Yeah, but they also do that thing as well. As soon as you move, they think you're going to run out of the shop.
Exactly.
It's like, bro, just standing up.
Yeah, I need my shoelaces up. I can't run.
I got 1 foot. How fast do you think I can go? Yeah, I've noticed that. They'll like peer at you like you're gonna, I don't know, like steal the design or something. I'm not very good at making shoes.
So I
don't need shoes. Don't know if you noticed. I've only got 1 foot. I can only make one shoe really well. But yeah, I think we have I know, like the whole point of the podcast is meant to like answer questions. You think we just got? It should just be like, if you're stuck for ideas podcast, like, because we just come up with some of the most amazing ideas.
That's true.
I'm telling you, we need to put a book together.
There's already lots of books. Books to
Whoa.
together.
Yeah, but not one about... Okay, I've got a great book idea.
Okay.
It's about this person who goes on an adventure into the woods. And, lovely person. And they stumble across his house. And they go in and they're like, oh, knock on the door, no one answers. It's like, look, I've just come in to borrow a cup of sugar.
Yeah.
No one answers. Go in. But obviously there's food out. That's strange. So this person decides to eat a bit of the food because they've been walking through the woods a bit tired. And they eat the first one. They're like, oh, this one's a bit cold.
Yeah.
But there's 2 other bowls. So I may as well try some of the other one. I've started now, like, whatever. Also, I've got to even it out. And then they have the other one and it's a bit salty. And they're like, oh, this is a bit gross. I'll try the last one, and it just happens to be okay. And then, you know what you're like after you eat, you get sleepy.
You do get sleepy.
So then you go upstairs, you go for a sleep. This person goes for a sleep. And, they think, oh, I might as well use the bed, so use the first bed. It's a bit lumpy. Second bed.
Is that because there's someone in it?
Probably. Maybe they hadn't actually gone out. Yeah. What do you reckon to that book idea?
I like it. What would you call it?
The witch that stole my food and slept in my bed.
Yep. So I killed her.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to kill her.
Okay.
But we can add that in.
The first way you was going.
Yeah, let's go full on, like, novel. Let's do it properly. We might need to get some advice from good thriller writers, like John Grisham, Harlan Coben. Who else is there? That's a good thriller writer.
That Tom Clancy, he does thrillers.
Oh yeah, Tess Gerritsen does thrillers. She's real good. Get these guys in a room. Kidnap them. Put them in a room. Write a book.
Get them to write a book.
Here's the idea. Let us know when it's done. We'll read it. We'll let you know if we're going to let you go.
Isn't that the plot of that Stephen King one, pretty much? Where she's like an obsessive fan of the writer, so she kidnaps him and gets him to write another book. She's like, look, this ain't good enough. Write it better.
Misery.
Yeah, Misery. That's it.
She doesn't like what happens to what he does to the character. Or something.
Yeah.
So she's just like, there's a really gruesome bit in it as well. Sorry if you haven't like read the book or seen the film, but in the film, she full on breaks his ankle and they show his foot just that flying.
Yeah.
And it should be laughing at that. But it was obviously, I know it's a film, so I know it's a joke. Unless it was a documentary, and then that's real sick.
Could have been.
Could be.
We don't understand Earth TV sometimes.
We think everything's a documentary. We've said this before.
Yeah.
Because we've seen all the things that you think are just TV. We see all that in our mind's eye.
Our mind's eye and our normal eyes.
Nah.
Sometimes.
Not normal eyes. You get scared. Close a minute. Oh my god, I can't bear to see this.
The problem is you can't close your mind's eye. Just always open, getting dry.
Yeah. You have to constantly moisturise it.
Spray it.
Yeah. Can't walk around with a little spray gun of water.
See, your mind's eye don't dry out. Yeah,
and it gets dry real quick as well, so you're better off just standing in a shower.
Yeah. That's why showers are invented.
Well, that's why safety pins were invented, so you could close your mind's eye. Because there's no other way to close it without safety pins. It's painful, but...
It's very painful.
It's more painful leaving it to dry out or standing in a shower all the time. Wrinkle over. Yeah. I think that's a good book idea. Get them together. I know what you're going to say.
No, I was going to say, should we jump on board? Do a question?
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Well, then you thought, right?
Oh, wow. I'm a genius. My mind's eye told me that.
Your mind's eye can talk?
Yeah. Well, internally it can talk to me. Well, it does Morse code.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't understand Morse code. So the problem is, every time I just assume I know what it said, and it said, you were going to tell me that. It could have told me something else. Could tell me not to launch the nukes. But I don't know what that is in Morse code, so I can't do it. I was never going to do it anyway.
But your mind's eye is just keeping tabs on you?
Yeah, making sure.
Yeah.
Clever eye.
Okay, so first question.
Question.
So, in food, like sweet and salty are opposites. What is the opposite of tangy?
Okay, so I know there's sweet and sour. So that means sweet is used twice. Maybe
they need more flavour types. What was it? A flavour? Is it a flavour? Because tangy's not a flavour, is it? It's like a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Yeah, it's like that.
Salty would be a flavour though.
Salt is a flavour.
Sour is
sweet.
Sour is more like a. No, actually, sour must be a taste because isn't there a certain part of your tongue that specifically picks up sour things?
But then, hot isn't a taste. Hot is a sensation. So I'm in the ballpark of sour is a sensation, tangy is a sensation, not necessarily a flavour.
But salty is
a flavour because something can be salty. There's a salty taste, whereas everything that has a salty taste tastes the same because it's salty. Everything that's sweet doesn't taste the same because sweet's not a flavour.
But sweet is a taste the same way sour is. It's the same way salty is a taste.
It's not though because a blueberry's sweet.
Yeah.
But then if you eat raw sugar, that's sweet, but it doesn't taste like a blueberry.
So why are they still described as sweet, both of them, if they taste differently?
Because it's not a flavour, it's a mouthfeel.
But then you could just call everything sour.
But sweet isn't sour.
No, but what I'm saying is everything that
sour is that sad feeling in your mouth.
Yeah, but tangy's a little bit like that as well.
Yeah, it is. It's very close. I think sour is a mix. Tangy's a mix of sour and burny.
And burny?
Yeah, like hot, but not as hot as hot.
No, I don't think that.
I think tangy has a bit of a kick
I would say more citrusy.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Like a sour.
I'll go citrusy more than hot. Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, I want to say it's just sweet, like sweet and something. So everything's sweet. sweet and tangy, sweet and sour, sweet and salty, sweet and meaty. Just everything. The opposite of everything is sweet. I can't think of what other mouthfeels are there?
What's the opposite of a citrus fruit? If you were to have something that was orangey, what would be the opposite of that?
Sweet. Sweet and citrus.
But no, citrus can't be the opposite of citrus.
No, sweet and citrus.
Yeah, but then you still got citrus in there, so you need the counterweight to citrus.
No, as in sweet is the opposite of citrus, is what I'm saying. As in sweet and salty, sweet and citrus. Not sweet and citrus is the opposite of citrus.
No, that's what you're saying now.
But I don't think that's right either. I don't think sweet... Because you can have a lemon sherbet, and that will be sweet and citrusy.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it could, because you can have sweet and sour sweets, can't you? It's got both.
Yeah.
Both emotions. Opposite of... So what's the opposite of... Would you say buttery is a texture? Because you've had the Y at the end. If it's just butter, it's just a thing buttery. It'd be like it's got a melty feel.
Creamy. I think creamy is a better... like...
Yeah, but something can be buttery, not necessarily creamy.
Okay, yeah.
So what would be the opposite of buttery? Would you then say...
Sweet?
No, but would you say citrus? Buttery and citrus?
Yeah, I think they're opposites.
That's actually a pretty good shout.
Yeah.
If something's not citrusy, it's buttery. But then, yeah. So creamy could be the opposite of tangy.
Yeah, I think it is. I think creamy is the opposite of tangy.
That's not a bad shout. That's just going to go sweet if one is just cop out. Everything's opposite of everything is sweet. What's the opposite of cold? Sweet.
It's sweet.
What's the opposite of up? Sweet. Down? Sweet. Cream is a pretty good shout. I do think I do think buttery, the opposite, does seem like citrusy.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Because citrusy is like a curt sort of feeling, isn't it?
Whereas buttery has
smooth.
that mouth coating sort of feel as well.
So it's like... And they do actually say stuff like, if you're going to pair stuff, then that will cut through.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So creamy and tangy does kind of make sense.
Yeah, I'd go creamy.
Ooh. That's easy.
It was easy.
I'm now wondering what other mouthfeels there are.
What's that umami one?
What's that one?
Umami?
What's that mouthfeel?
It's the Japanese one, and it's called that because when you put it in your mouth, it makes you go, umami. Yeah?
Yeah, but that's a Japanese word.
Yeah.
I talk about just English words.
Oh, I don't know.
Think of something you would eat. What does bread taste like? What's the mouthfeel on bread? Grainy. No, that. No.
What are you eating?
Multigrain.
Okay.
You know, I've got to get my fibre up. My poop spear brewer. See, so what mouthfeel would you give to bread? It's just bland, isn't it?
Dry.
But I wouldn't say that's a mouthfeel.
I would say dry is a mouthfeel. Stodgy.
Nah, that's how it makes you. That's a belly feel. Not mouth feel.
Sweet.
Nah. Oh. It took me so long to register. I was too busy thinking maybe dry but then the opposite of dry is obviously wet.
Yeah. Porridge.
But something can be sweet and still wet. So
I don't think bread falls into the categories very well, actually.
Oh. Because the cheese would be creamy more than likely.
Creamy, borderline buttery, depending on...
Yeah, depending on the type of cheese you're going to get.
Yeah.
But bread must have a mouth feel. That's why, I don't know. It can't be dry. Oh. So angry. Just stop punching stuff, don't I? When I can't think of what
bread
the
is.
mouthfeel of bread is. I can't eat bread anymore because when someone goes, "Oh, how's that make you feel?" I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no answer. I don't want to sound dumb. Bread. Dry.
I don't know. I don't know what you'd categorize.
Would you? Can you call something is bland? Oh, yeah.
Nah, because bland's just a word for tasteless.
Is that flavour?
Yeah, that's flavour more than mouthfeel.
This is why I said maybe like, not grainy, I guess. Mouthfeel of bread.
You're just soft. Like...
What's another word? Absorbent.
Absorbent? Yeah. I suppose it is.
Or actually, maybe it is dry, but it's drying. Like it's a drying feel. So not just the word dry. Oh, it's a dry. Oh, how did that make your mouth feel? Drying.
Drying. What's it drying? The bread.
It's drying my tongue.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Because obviously it's like a sweet bun.
Sweet, yeah, sweet. Easy, mate. And normally you find sweeter buns tend to have more moisture in. A lot more butter, so it would end up being sweet and buttery. The old double whammy.
The old double whammo. Yeah, I don't know where just plain old bread sits. Maybe
it was made so long ago, someone forgot to give it a mouthfeel.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Bread was always meant to be a platform for something, so it falls into whatever category that you use it as a platform as. On its own, it's just a nomad.
Yeah. I was explaining to someone about surprise cans the other day.
Okay.
And they loved the concept of just opening cans and whatever you've got in it, you just eat it.
Yeah.
And then when I took it the level of even putting your soap and stuff in there, they lost faith.
Look, I was okay with beans and spaghetti, but now you've gone soap.
And I was like, maybe you don't want toast that day, maybe you want pasta. So you bought some pasta, open up your... Oh, great, I've got... Oh, what was it I said?
Marbles.
Nah, it was something really, really odd that would go with pasta. I really needed to remember this now, because it was like, what comes in can form?
Not pasta. Unless you mean like
pasta. I would say pasta is like bread. You know how you just get your bread ready? It is just a platform. You put something on it. And custard. I said custard and pasta.
Ooh, actually, I'm on board.
I think I'd be okay with that.
I think I'd be okay with
custard. They turned their nose up at it. I know, I was like, but that's just custard with a bit more carb.
No, I've got no problem with custard pasta.
I think I'm okay with custard toast.
Yeah, that's just bread pudding. There's nothing weird about that.
Yeah, but bread pudding has a different consistency than toasting the toast and then just putting.
Yeah, but the combination of flavours is still the same.
Yeah, I also think if you leave the custard on top of the toast long enough, it would probably just turn into bread pudding. Maybe not weeks, but I'm talking maybe like an hour or less.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I said pasta and custard, or pasta and like toast and jelly. Our staple. But, I mean, wobbly jelly, not
American jelly.
Because that's just a thing. Yeah, so... Yeah, I think anything like that... Because pasta, what's the mouthfeel for pasta? Again, nothing.
Yeah, because it's a platform.
Yeah.
I think there's a group of platform foods where they don't necessarily...
Would you say a potato is a platform food?
Yeah, definitely a platform food.
Yeah, I would say...
Mate, is okay, so then he's starchy, the category, because I suppose if you was just to bite into a potato, you'd have like a starchy mouthfeel, sort of like buttery, but less creamy, because you get like a waxy feel on your mouth. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it. Because I suppose if you
starchy,
like a starchy feel.
Actually, that's probably better.
Yeah.
It's even for bread, even though that
it's in the low starchy area, but it's still
but
there.
It has a similar effect.
Yeah.
Starch-esque.
Yeah, starch-esque.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. I think anything platformy tends to end up being a bit starchy.
Yeah.
What other platforms are there?
I mean, we've got the big three: pasta, bread, and potato.
Yeah, I can't think of any other just platform things.
Like a cracker.
Yeah,
that's bread adjacent, just dry bread.
Well, that's snacking platforms. That's a snack platform. There's the other ones are like meal platforms. What's a dessert platform then?
I mean, still bread.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. It'd be like a sweet bread, wouldn't it?
I know, because I say bread pudding, and is that...
Yeah, but that's sweetened. Would that be sweetened?
No. Bread pudding, sometimes you should use normal white bread. Same as... What's that?
No, but then when you've got the custard and everything... I see what you mean.
Yeah, but that's the platform it's taking on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still just normal bread.
Pastry. It'd be some sort of pastry-style stuff.
which then falls
which is bread
more
and
buttery than starchy,
or
but
crust or something like that.
Yeah.
So platforms are starchy.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being able to mix up the words and saying, "Oh, what do you want to eat this evening?" I don't want to say a potato.
Oh, platform food, please.
I want something tangy on something starchy, please, and just deliver your orders like that.
Ooh.
Oh, what would you like this evening? Can you bring me a side of creamy that I can pour over my tangy on my starchy platform, please? And they just got to work out
what you want.
A meal.
Yeah.
Well, not just because I think it opens it up.
It does.
There's probably a lot of stuff will fit that criteria.
But I think that works because when you're thinking of what you want, you sort of have an idea of what you want to taste. So by just specifying the mouth group, you're going to get what you want. It's a surprise.
And I actually think that's actually really good for a chef. If you could go to a restaurant and go, look, I'm not 100% what I want, but I am feeling I want this. I want this starchy product, but then I'd like something that is tangy and
a bit creamy
on it,
or a bit buttery.
Yeah.
Surprise
protein, please. Whatever you want to do.
But you got to be careful with that one.
Exactly, but it's a risky take. Yeah, so I'm thinking that'd be a great way to
order food,
and it gives the chef a bit more reign. Now, if your chefs panic or they're new, probably don't want them doing that. Everybody gets the same, and then just add in something tangy at the end. Everybody gets carbonara. Oh, he wants something citrusy. I'll put a lemon on top.
I mean, you still got what you asked for.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted something salty? Put a bunch of anchovies on top, or just salt. See,
that still sounds good though.
Carbonara with anchovies.
Yeah.
I like anchovies.
I like anchovies.
I know a lot of people don't because they're quite salty. I think that's fair. I think the opposite of tangy is creamy.
Yeah, I agree. I think tangy opposite creamy.
Yeah.
Easy mode.
Oh man,
we're actually going to get a second question in.
This is amazing.
It's a good start to the new year.
I was going to say,
but it's a second episode.
New year, new episode. Oh no, this is
it's the second episode,
and we only did one in the last one, didn't we?
Yeah, but I think that one was
dedicated to that.
It was dedicated to 2021.
Yeah, that was that was purpose built that way.
Have you ever heard the Prince song, When Doves Cry?
Maybe, but I don't remember the tune. I maybe haven't, but I mean, I've heard some Prince.
So it's an interesting song because he goes, "This is what it sounds like when doves cry," and then it just goes, "Doop doo 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 doo."
Have you actually heard?
No, I haven't, and I'm really interested to know if that's actually what it sounds like when doves cry.
If that is actually accurate, that's interesting. We didn't think doves were so musical when they cry.
Maybe they just don't cry often, so that he's providing a service to let everyone know what it does sound like when doves cry. So if you make a dove cry, you know.
Or maybe that's what they sound like when they play jazz music.
Ooh,
because they're so emotional, doves. He was trying to give them a platform. He was like, people, let's start respecting the music that doves can give. Where did that come from anyway?
No, just don't know. Out of nowhere.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah,
I was just scared that we might be able to get a second question in and I panicked.
You're like, oh my god, we got too much time on our hands.
Yeah.
That's all good times. Keeping them nice and short this year, guys. We'll start off at like good 20-minute episodes, and then by the end of the year, you'll be back up to your full hour again.
I mean, we're already at 35 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to cut everything out.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Just 20 minutes of meh.
Isn't that what we normally put out?
Yeah.
That's fine.
But that's by the end of the year, normally.
Yeah, okay.
The first couple of days, we're normally okay.
Right, question.
Sorry.
Squeeze us in.
Can I squeeze it in?
Yeah, do.
Thanks. Have you ever been tempted to sleep inside the fridge?
Always.
I overheat when I sleep. I've been told this by the heat goblins under my bed. Because they're under the bed going, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to heat up the bed. And he's not going to be able to sleep. But then they go to do it, and it's just like, he's hotter than we can get.
Yeah.
We can't even heat. Dude, can you cool down?
Yeah, you scare me.
Yeah, so
I think there's something quite comforting about thinking about sleeping in a fridge because it's cold, but it's not a freezer, so it's not freezing cold.
I think it's safe as well. Because if you lock yourself inside the fridge, heat goblins can't get you, no one else. Also, if a burglar breaks into your house, they're going to go straight to the bed and think, oh, you know what?
Depends on the burglar, because some burglars are going to start at the fridge. It depends what they're after. Yeah, if they're after snacks.
Which even better. Because if you sleep in the fridge with a knife, they go straight for a snack. You're at them.
Well, I think that's also the good bit, because if a burglar breaks in, and they do go straight for the fridge. So obviously, if you're in bed and you're sleeping and a burglar breaks in and they're sneaky, you're not going to know they're in the house because they're not going to turn on any lights. Yeah. They're going to sneak around. If you're sleeping in the fridge, the second they open that door,
the light is bright.
The light comes on, and you're there. You're at it.
You are. It's bright. It's going to wake you up. You're going to be startled. You're going to have your weapon ready to go. You're going to start flailing it about. Yeah. Also, if they think they're going to sneak up on you, they're going to go for the bed, aren't they? Oh, so they're going to be the quietest when they're at the bed, creeping over. Whereas when they go to the fridge, they'll probably just start opening it very casually.
They'll just have to your orange juice at that point.
They'll have the toast ready. So, let's see what I can put on my toast. Go to open the fridge. Oh, there's a crazy guy in here with a knife.
Can you imagine if you broke into someone's house and you opened the fridge and there was a giant worm in there? I'd be terrified.
Depends. If there were a fisherman, with a...
No, see, I think there's a comfort level of fishermen for worms, and I think if they encountered a giant worm...
No, I think it's too scary.
I think that'd be too traumatic for them because of all the worms that they've hooked.
What if it was a giant worm in a giant's fridge? Because then we're just normal worms. Well, not normal, but... There's nothing normal about us. But
no, we're more... We're in a giant fridge. Everything's just out of proportion. They're going to be intimidated by the giant fridge.
Yeah.
When they finally get it open and there's a giant worm in there, they're going to be like, this isn't for me. I'm out.
You'd think they would have just backed out when everything was massive.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to brave this.
I'm going to start at the giant fridge.
Because that's the safest place. Who even sits in the fridge? Oh my god, there's a worm in here. And it's wielding a knife.
And now he's awake.
And he's snarling at me. I've always been tempted to sleep in the fridge. Yeah. But more for the heat thing.
Yeah, I think the heat, especially in the summer. But yeah, I don't know, I think there's something quite comforting about the dark, cold coffin that is the fridge.
Saying that though, what's great about the fridge is it's a constant temperature, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when it's really cold outside, like -10,
it's still warmer.
So you would just go, I'm going to go sleep in the fridge, and they'll be like, oh, isn't it? No, because it's -10 now, but if I go in the fridge, it's 3 degrees. So it's a win-win.
It's basically air conditioning.
It's win-win. So you go in there, because then you don't have to put your heating on to be warm. Just go in your fridge because it's warmer than outside. The only time you really don't need to sleep in your fridge is when it's 3 degrees outside, because you'll be like, oh, so, luxury, I'm going to take the bed today.
And if you want a snack, you're there.
You're already there, yeah. Midnight snack.
Straight on the cheese.
Yeah. You got your knife, yeah. Start slicing away. I definitely think the midnight snack thing side of it is also adding
I suppose the only problem with sleeping in the fridge is you would either need a big enough fridge that has a dedicated compartment to sleep in, or you would need to take stuff out the fridge. And then what's going to happen to the things? You'd even need a second fridge to keep all the... as a bed.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't actually say sleep inside your fridge.
Ah, anyone's fridge.
Yeah, just go, I don't care about your stuff in your fridge.
Someone comes into the kitchen at night.
Their own kitchen.
Why is all my fridge goods on the floor?
And then they open their fridge, and because we forget we're in somebody else's fridge, we start attacking them with their knife. Like, what are you doing? You're in my fridge. Look, I was asleep in here, right? Squatters' rights.
You never wake up a man sleeping in a fridge, you know that? That light's bright. It's got to be eased out.
Squatters' rights, isn't it? Why don't you turn your bulb down, you psychopath? Yeah, I think it doesn't have to be your fridge. But then obviously now your house is completely unprotected.
Yeah, the only one can make it in there now.
Yeah, and I think then if you did that, then that opens the door that somebody else is now allowed to sleep in your fridge.
Oh yeah, you could get home the next morning and all your fridge stuff's on the floor, and your neighbours go into your fridge, and it's just it's a horrible cycle of just wasted fridge goods.
Yeah, unless you only did it before grocery day or something.
When the fridge is empty.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you utilise it when it's quiet, or unless you want to be a mad person and go shopping every day.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Because some people do that. They literally go shopping.
Yeah, and buy one or two little bits.
Yeah, they're like, this is what I need for tonight. Yeah, because they can't decide on what they want for the week. Those people are insane.
It's effort.
Yeah. But maybe they do that. Now we know the reason, because they want to sleep in the fridge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're thinking, how can you not decide what you want for the week? They're like, no, this is what I want tonight, so I'm buying that tonight.
Because otherwise it's all going to be on the floor and it's going to be wasted.
They just don't, they're never bothered to think, let me elaborate why I'm doing this. Just like, no, if you can't, it's a low-flying vessel.
It is, yes. Sweet right past us then.
I know. Didn't even wave. Rude.
Almost took off our wing mirrors.
It's good. Good thing we got 8. For all angles.
For all angles.
Yeah, but I think they just thought, well, I'm not going to explain to you. If you can't work out why I'm only buying meals for just the evening, then why am I even going to explain to you that I've got to sleep in the fridge? It's a waste of their time.
It is. It is a waste of everyone's time, in all fairness.
Would you ever sleep in a freezer then?
No. I think that's a death wish.
I think that's too cold.
Yeah, I think that's too cold.
No, but commercial freezers, yes. Smaller freezers, they're not as cold as...
I mean, they still freeze things.
Yeah, but maybe.
No, there's no maybe about it. They do. It's the job. If you've got a freezer who ain't freezing things, sack him, bro. He's not doing his job.
Can you freeze these? Not today. Why not?
Can. I tried.
I paid for you to freeze things all of the time. Not just when you choose to do them. You renegade.
You're just a fridge.
Yeah, I think definitely a fridge.
Have you ever seen those fridges with the sneaky freezer at the top?
Oh, as in it's just one door,
yeah,
but then they've got a mini door inside.
And it's like, what's that all about? One put me in that.
Oh yeah, they're not very big. Also, they're ice over really easy.
They really do.
It's a pain.
Yeah. Like you open it once and it's just a solid block of ice.
You're like, well,
that was useless.
Not sleeping in this fridge because that's like a drop risk.
Yeah.
At any point, that thing's going to fall on my head, crush me.
Do you think that's why chest fridges were invented? You know, the ones that
chest freezers.
No, because you can get fridge ones.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Just you can lie down more comfortably.
And why were chest freezers created?
Well, they probably saw chest fridges.
Matching set.
Yeah, just the set.
Okay. Yeah, because if you do buy yourself a chest fridge, you don't then want to have a standing freezer. That would be insane.
You just look weird.
Yeah, so you'd want both. Maybe. Oh, or maybe the chest freezers were for the mafia. Put bodies in there, don't they? Maybe. And the chest fridge was just if you just feel like you want to sleep. Like if you got used to it, you're like, oh, I tried a standing one, it's great. I had cramp when I woke up.
Yeah.
I really could do with putting a pillow and a blanket in there.
Exactly.
Actually, would you put a blanket? Because that'd be what's the point of putting a blanket in there?
Well, yeah, because a blanket doesn't generate heat. It's a comfort thing. So it keeps your own body heat within, but obviously it's going to be reduced by the
I was
fridge.
thinking more about the fact that I'm holding a weapon. What if I cut up a blanket? I'm going to have holes in my blanket.
Yeah, but you also want to be comfortable.
No, I don't know. I've been sleeping in a standing fridge.
Or just get a blanket that has a really loose knit, so you can get a knife through the gaps.
Like barely knit.
Yeah.
What's that? Is it macrame or where it's like really loosely stitched?
No, I don't know what it's called, but I know it's like really holy.
Frederico would know.
Frederica would know.
Frederico, is it macrame or macaroni?
Macaroni.
Macaroni.
It's not macaroni. It's something like that. Macrame or something like that.
You just passed out.
It's a long word. I run out of breath trying to say it as well. Yeah, you can do that, and that's quite loosely knit. But it's so loosely knit, then what's the point of having it? Because it's no longer comfort.
Yeah, but why can't it be comfort? Why can't it be comfortable?
I know, because it's a choking hazard when you sleep, isn't it?
It is, but yeah, that's the risk you take sometimes to be comfortable.
No, to be deadly uncomfortable.
To be deadly uncomfortable, you have to make a payment to the risk police for that, and it's a loose knit blanket.
Say, that would be a really, really good present for like John McClane or something like that.
What, a loose knit blanket?
Yeah,
it would.
Because he gets into a lot of hibiscus. I don't know the word.
And he would like a blanket.
Yeah, I think he would really appreciate it. Goes around a lot of vents, and I think he sleeps in them now as well. He got so accustomed to them. Yeah, I do think maybe the chest fridge was designed for that. And then as it started going more global, people who were in colder countries. Actually, no, because the whole point was you could use it at either temperature. Use it when you're hot, too hot, or you use it when it's too cold outside. If any of that's more effective than... Do you reckon it's cheaper as well?
Oh yeah, I think fridges are really cheap to run, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's probably cheaper than you putting your heating on at night, just because you want to... And then having it kicking in the morning.
Yeah. I think people should be sleeping in fridges more.
Once you got used to it as well, it'd be so easy, because also, you know, at summer when you get really hot and you're like, oh, I've got to get the fan out and stuff, you'd never have that problem.
Never.
Always be the same temperature. I don't even think I'm tempted to sleep in a fridge anymore. I think I'm going to start selling it. I'm going to start doing seminars on why it's a great idea. There's no
temptation involved. That's how it should be.
I'm going to Jordan Belfort the seminar. Sell me why I should sleep in a fridge. Perfect temperature every single time. Because you can turn the temperature on your fridge a little bit up if you wanted to. If you don't like 3 degrees, you can do 4 degrees.
Pre-built warning light.
What, for when
fridge?
it overheats?
No, for when someone invades and you can woke up straight away.
Oh, yeah.
There's no more risk of...
Oh, warning light, yeah.
Yeah, there's no more risk of is there a burglar sneaking around, you know.
I mean, if you wanted to go one further, I'm sure you could hook that up to an alarm as well.
What you wouldn't want is a fridge with a glass front, because then that'd see
the game. What about those new fancy fridges, where you can touch it and it then tells you what's inside? So it's like frosted glass. So maybe you could do that. They head over to the fridge.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that looks a bit dodgy. Touch it, and you just like this against the glass. So they're just like, oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah. You'd have to write off glass fridges altogether. Yeah. I don't think that's an option.
Well, aren't there fridges now where you can tap it and you can order stuff? Or is that just from the film 6 Day?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because
all it needs is an internet connection.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you can do stuff like that now on some fridges. Or it at least puts it on like an order. So you know when you actually go to buy stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
It reminds you.
Yeah.
Mad. I think that's... Yeah, glass fridges are definitely...
Yeah, they're out. They're not cool.
I think industrial freezers aren't that... fridges won't be that good either, because they're quite deep. So if you're sleeping in the back corner, they have plenty of time to just walk in. Like, guys are sleeping in the back corner, just gonna go back out. Or you'd have to pull everything towards the front of it, and sleep right at the door. But I just think there's this level of someone just being in a small fridge coming out at them all of a sudden.
Yeah. Whereas the element of surprise as well. They're just not expecting it. There's no reaction time.
If you're in a big fridge, it just completely takes away from the fact that...
You're vulnerable, if anything.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be a bit slow because you're cold.
You're stuck at the back of your fridge. You're trying to get off the broccoli. Yeah, I definitely think I'd go non-glass. Oh, actually, maybe chest fridge. Maybe that's why they moved away from chest fridges. Because you're still lying down, so if someone opens it, you're not going to... Whereas if you're in an upright one, you're almost falling out as soon as they open the door.
You're almost just going at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why people started getting upright fridges more often. Or the ones that sleep in them.
So yeah, I mean, we're sold on the fridge beds.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to start doing it. I think, if anything, more people need to understand why it's a good idea.
Yeah, it needs to be spread around more.
Yeah. I think people just... You think fridge, you think food.
Yeah.
What they don't think is...
Bed.
Perfect sleeping temperature.
Yeah.
And home invasion protection device.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, people should acknowledge the fridge more for its alternate
alternate use.
Yeah, its alternate uses. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, dual use, really. You're not, because you're still going to...
No, because you have to take the food out for the most part.
Not if you have a chest fridge, because you can actually put all the food underneath.
Yeah, but I thought we was talking mainly stand-up fridges now.
Yeah, but you can get those really big ones, with the double doors.
So you have one side dedicated for sleeping and one side dedicated for food. Yeah.
Or you could even do, because they're so big, you could sleep on the bottom shelf and have the whole food on top shelf. But I also think, actually, the one with the 2 doors, if you're in one and not the other, that throws them off as well. Because they'll open one, food, open the other one. There's a person in here!
Yeah.
And so cause they've got into that false security by seeing food in one side.
They're safe. It's a normal fridge.
And even if you didn't want to use a fridge, if you have a friend come and stay, don't worry. You can sleep on the other side of the fridge.
Yeah, there you go.
Bunk fridges.
Bunk fridge.
Oh, wicked. Oh, yeah, I'm sorted. Sold.
Wow.
Happy days.
That's going to be 2 questions.
I know,
Good start to the year.
It's madness. I don't know what to do with myself now. We can actually have a nap.
We can.
We've earned to nap this time.
Twitter and everything's still the same. The email's still the same.
Yeah, you know who we are. You know where we are. You know what we are. Oh my god, that worked.
Yeah, it all worked. So
it'd be interesting to see if anybody... I don't know, people need to start asking questions.
They do.
How do you think we can reach you better? No one's going to answer. I don't know why I asked it.
Yeah.
Be interesting if someone comes back to us, though.
Yeah, that'd be true. Let us know. You know where.
If not, have a lovely...
Fortnight.
Hanukkah.
And Hanukkah.
Actually, Hanukkah's not now, is it? It's near Christmas.
Well, we don't know when they're listening.
Have a lovely Sabbath. Because that's every Saturday, you can't go wrong with that. And that'll be tomorrow. Sabbath is Saturday, isn't it? Have a great weekend.
Yeah. Have a good time.
Have a good time after this time that you've just used to do this. Thanks.
Nice. Well, I'm out.
We're out.